Love dogs but hate the mess? The fur on the couch, the smell that lingers no matter how much you clean? You're not alone. Today, we're counting down from the neat and tidy breeds to the total clean freaks of the dog world. The ones that barely shed, rarely smell, and somehow keep your home spotless without even trying. Stick around till the end to meet the zero-shedding champions. Your perfect, low-maintenance best friend might be waiting on this list. Number 25. Dachshund, the wire-haired variety. We're kicking off our list of dog breeds that don't shed or smell with one that might surprise you, the wire-haired Dachshund. You'd expect a little hunting dog built for burrowing and digging to drag half the outdoors back into your home. But despite their rugged looks, wire-haired Dachshunds are remarkably tidy companions. Their unique double coat was designed for practicality. That coarse outer layer works like a natural net that catches loose hairs before they reach your furniture. This texture wasn't an accident. German hunters refined it because they needed a coat that resisted dirt and wouldn't hold scent while tracking underground. The result is a coat that's both protective and clean. To keep it in top shape, hand stripping is best since it pulls out dead hair without wrecking that texture. A light, weekly brushing and good drying after walks keeps them fresh and odor-free, proof that even a tough little digger can stay surprisingly clean. Number 24. Boston Terrier. Nicknamed the American Gentleman, this little dog is classy not just for the tuxedo look, but for how clean it tends to be. Boston Terriers have a sleek, single-layer coat that feels soft to the touch and doesn't leave much hair behind. People often assume short-haired dogs shed non-stop, but this breed actually drops way less hair than a lot of longer-coated dogs. And since they weigh only 12 to 25 pounds, there's simply less fur to go around the house. There's one area that needs special care, that adorable flat face. The wrinkles around their nose and mouth can trap moisture and bacteria, which can lead to odor if ignored. A quick daily wipe with a soft, damp cloth keeps their skin healthy and fresh. Combine that with a little weekly brushing, and your Boston Terrier will stay clean, comfortable, and true to its gentlemanly nickname. Number 23. Pekingese. This small, lion-like dog once lived among Chinese royalty, spending centuries in imperial palaces. In those refined settings, cleanliness wasn't just preferred, it was essential. The Pekingese became known for its calm, dignified presence and its surprisingly tidy habits, perfectly suited for life among silk cushions and polished floors. At first glance, the long double coat looks like a grooming nightmare. Appearances can be deceiving. The outer layer actually helps hold on to loose hair from the undercoat, which means less fur floating around your home. With regular brushing, that luxurious mane stays soft, neat, and relatively low shedding. They do need some help keeping their coats in shape, but Pekingese tend to stay clean and have very little body odor when they're groomed properly. A quick daily brushing session and attention to the folds on their face keep them looking regal and fresh, a legacy that began centuries ago in royal China and still makes them wonderful indoor dogs today. Number 22. Border Terrier. Next up is a tough little worker that stays cleaner than you might expect. Bred along the English and Scottish border to keep up with hounds and handle rough farm life, this small terrier spent long days in wet grass, mud, and brambles. Even so, a lot of owners are surprised by how clean they stay at home, and the coat is a big reason why. The harsh, wiry top layer helps shed water and brush off dirt, while the softer undercoat provides insulation and keeps the jacket sitting correctly. Maintenance is pretty straightforward as long as you stick to the breed's traditional routine. Weekly brushing keeps the jacket tidy and removes surface dust. Occasional baths are fine, just don't overdo it because too much shampoo strips the natural oils and dulls the coat. The big trick is hand stripping a couple times a year. Plucking out the dead outer hairs preserves the wiry texture, keeps shedding low, and helps the skin breathe. Stick with that rhythm, and you get what farmers valued for generations. A game little companion that works hard outside, then settles in at home without leaving hair and dirt everywhere. From here, we're moving into the low-odor companion tier. Expect even less hair on the couch and quick daily routines. Number 21. Cavapoo. Now meet the Cavapoo, a sweet mix of Cavalier King Charles Spaniel and the Poodle. The idea behind this cross is pretty simple. You keep the Cavalier's gentle, people-focused nature, then blend in some of the Poodle's coat advantages, and you get a companion that's cuddly, low-shedding, and easy to live with. Because Cavapoos are mixes, there's some natural variety. First-generation puppies can take after either parent, and many end up somewhere in the middle. You might see a straighter, silkier coat like a Cavalier's, a curlier coat like a Poodle's, or a soft wave that sits between both. That's why meeting the parents and checking out the puppy's developing coat is so helpful. When a Cavapoo inherits more of the Poodle coat, the curls or waves tend to hold on to loose hairs instead of letting them float around your home. Brushing every few days keeps that loose hair in one place and helps tangles from forming. Keep up with trims, ear care, and a quick wipe after outdoor play, and most families find shedding and odor really manageable. Bottom line, a well-groomed Cavapoo often feels like the best of both worlds. Just remember that coat outcomes can vary, so plan your grooming routine around the dog you actually bring home. Number 20. Cockapoo. Staying with poodle mixes, meet the Cockapoo. This cross pairs the Cocker Spaniel's sunny, people-oriented personality with many of the poodle's coat advantages, which is why so many families love them. Cockapoos have been around since at least the 1960s, long before most modern doodle mixes, and that early start helped them become a familiar, easygoing companion in a lot of homes. Because they're a mixed breed, you'll still see some variety in the coat. Many Cockapoos develop a soft wave or a loose curl, while others lean curlier and fluffier. Those textures tend to hold on to loose hairs until brushing, which keeps more of the shed hair in the brush and less on your floors and furniture. Plan on a quick comb through every couple of days, plus regular ear care that Spaniel-type dogs really need. Most owners book a professional trim every 6 to 8 weeks to keep the coat healthy and tangle-free, then do light brushing at home to grab any trapped hair. With consistent care and thorough drying after baths, odor is typically mild and shedding stays low compared with straight-coated breeds. That balance of friendly temperament, tidy coat, and moderate upkeep explains why Cockapoos remain a favorite generation after generation. Number 19. Golden Doodle. Here comes one of the most beloved family dogs, known for its friendly nature and easygoing charm, and honestly, I've got a soft spot for them. Originally bred to combine the Golden Retriever's affectionate personality with the Poodle's intelligence and low-shedding coat, this mix became a favorite for families who wanted a big, playful dog that still stayed fairly tidy. What makes them stand out is not just their coat, but how adaptable they are. They love the outdoors, yet they usually come home looking way less messy than most big breeds. That's exactly what I mean. After a walk, a quick towel off and a 30-second brush freshen them up. Their wavy or curly hair tends to hold on to those loose strands until you brush it out, so you won't find much fur on your furniture or clothes. Their larger size does mean they'll need regular grooming appointments, but upkeep is pretty simple once you've got a routine. A trim every couple of months and simple brushing at home are usually enough. With balanced energy and a naturally mild scent, especially with proper baths and drying, they stay both cuddly and clean. This breed's proof that a big dog can still be surprisingly low maintenance. Next comes a group that looks sharp with minimal effort. Number 18. Whippet. We're moving on to the Whippet, a graceful sprinter with one of the easiest coats you'll ever handle. Sounds good, right? Their hair is short and single-layered, so day-to-day maintenance is about as simple as it gets. Think of them as athletes in silk pajamas. Sleek and ready to go with very little fuss. Bred for speed and short bursts of chase, everything about their build favors efficiency, including that smooth coat that lies close to the skin. A heavy, fluffy jacket would not suit a dog designed to accelerate quickly and stay cool during a run. The result is a body that sheds lightly, dries fast after a bath, and usually stays clean with minimal effort. Most Whippets have a mild, natural scent, especially if you keep up with the occasional bath and a quick wipe down after outdoor play. They are sensitive to cold, so they often prefer life on the sofa when temperatures drop, which, incidentally, helps keep muddy adventures to a minimum. A soft grooming mitt or brush once or twice a week is plenty to remove loose hair and keep the coat shiny. If you want a companion that's elegant, affectionate, and low mess, a well-cared-for Whippet is a lovely fit. Now we're stepping it up, and I'm about to show you a few breeds that might surprise you. These next coats shed little, but the grooming gets serious. And yes, believe it or not, it's worth it. Number 17. Afghan Hound. We are in true showstopper territory with a coat that looks like liquid silk and turns head wherever it goes. At first glance, you might think that kind of glamour means heavy shedding and non-stop salon visits, but the reality is a bit different and a lot more manageable than most people expect. This breed has a fine, silky single coat, not the dense double coat that causes a big seasonal shed in a lot of dogs. That means less loose undercoat drifting around the house. They still shed a little, like any dog, but not in clouds. The trade-off is time and technique. Grooming works best on a schedule. Bathe first, condition well, then brush and blow dry so the hair separates cleanly. Done this way, tangles are far less likely to form and the coat stays airy and comfortable. A well-cared-for coat also stays neutral in scent. Thorough rinsing and complete drying are your best friends for keeping any musty smell at bay. Give them the routine they deserve and you get a dazzling, low-shedding companion whose dramatic look does not have to equal household mess. Number 16. Julian Commodore. Now we're entering corded coat country where the hair turns into tidy ropes that look like living yarn. The Puli and the Commodore may share that dramatic look, but they're definitely not the same dog. The Puli is a medium, springy herder that zips around flocks. The Commodore is a large, steady guardian that watches over the flock like a shaggy bodyguard. Those striking cords form as the soft undercoat meshes with the harsher outer hair. Owners gently separate sections by hand so cords form evenly instead of one giant mat. Once the cords are established, loose hair tends to stay inside them, so visible shedding in the house stays really low. That's the good news. The trade-off is the care. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Bath day's a whole mission because those cords hold on to water. You squeeze, towel off, and air dry for hours. If drying is rushed, those cords keep moisture and a musty smell shows up. Think of them as high-maintenance perfectionists. They shed little, but they demand your time. Kept clean and fully dried, both breeds stay impressively low odor for their size. Skip steps, and they smell like a wet wool sweater that forgot the sun. We're leaving the high-maintenance zone. The next few companions bring low shedding with calmer routines. Number 15. West Highland White Terrier. Next, let's head to the rugged countryside with the West Highland White Terrier, also known as the Westie, a small worker built for rain, rocks, and long days outdoors. That bright white coat was prized so handlers could spot the dog in rough cover. You might think white fur shows every splash, yet the Westie's harsh outer coat helps shed dirt and water before it reaches the skin. Most of the mess stays outside with one shake and a towel at the door. Grooming is simple if you keep the coat in its natural texture. Hand stripping removes dead hairs and preserves the wiry feel that resists grime and helps keep shedding modest. Clipping is easier but tends to soften the coat, which means it can hold more dirt. Kept clean and dry, most Westies have a mild neutral scent and a tidy presence around the house. Number 14. Lhasa Apso. High in the mountains of Tibet, stone temples once sheltered small, confident dogs that watched over monks and sacred halls. Bred to guard and alert rather than to fight, these calm companions earned their place beside prayer rooms for their intelligence and composure. Their long, elegant hair might look demanding, but with consistent care, it stays neat and surprisingly manageable. A few minutes of brushing each day prevents tangles, and a deeper grooming session once a week keeps the coat flowing beautifully. Many owners prefer a shorter trim for easier upkeep, which still preserves that regal look. When the coat is clean and fully dried, odor stays faint and fresh. The key is gentle maintenance, regular brushing, keeping the hair around the eyes clear, and drying thoroughly after baths. Treat that luxurious coat like fine silk, and you get a dignified, low-shedding companion perfectly suited for peaceful indoor life. Number 13. Shih Tzu. A little lap-sized royal with a lot of hair and an even bigger heart. Originally bred in ancient China as palace companions, these little charmers spent centuries lounging beside emperors and warming royal laps. Despite that long, silky double coat, day-to-day life with them is easier than it looks if you stick to a steady routine. The hair tends to hold loose strands until you brush them out, so most of the shedding ends up in the comb instead of on your couch. A few minutes of brushing most days, a good bath and blow dry now and then, and a tidy trim every month or so keeps things easy. Keep their face clean to prevent tear stains, and you'll have a sweet, fresh-smelling friend who loves staying close. Bonus points for that cheerful, tail-wagging strut. Number 12. Havanese. Think of sunny Havana patios and a cheerful little companion trotting at your heels. Bred as a family lapdog in Cuba, this breed handles warm, humid weather well as long as the coat stays clean and tangle-free. The long, silky hair sheds very little, especially if you brush it a few times a week or keep a neat puppy trim. After baths, Thorough drying keeps the coat fresh and helps prevent any musty smell. Ears and the hair around the eyes appreciate regular attention too. With that simple routine, most households find loose hair and odor very manageable, even in warm climates. Friendly, sturdy, and people-focused, it is an easy housemate that stays tidy with moderate grooming rather than constant effort. Number 11. Yorkshire Terrier. Picture a tidy worker with a silky blowout trotting beside Victorian looms. Bred in 19th century England to chase rats in textile mills and workshops, this little companion had to stay tidy in dusty spaces and close quarters. The long, straight coat looks like it would shed everywhere, yet it behaves more like human hair. It grows continuously rather than blowing out seasonally, so any loose strands usually come out during grooming instead of drifting around the house. A quick daily comb, a gentle bath on schedule, and a neat trim keep everything polished. Keep the face clean and dry, and you'll notice how little doggy smell there is for such a small roommate. From here on, we're close to the top. Shedding drops further, and natural odor stays faint when you keep simple habits. Number 10. Wire Fox Terrier. Continuing with a spirited little hunter that stays cleaner than you would expect. Originally bred in England for fox hunting, this energetic companion was expected to dash through mud, hedges, and fields, then show up looking sharp beside its owner. The secret lies in that distinctive wiry coat. The rough outer hairs act like a weatherproof shell, shedding dirt and moisture instead of soaking it up. Underneath, a soft layer keeps the coat in shape and limits loose hair from spreading around the house. Caring for that coat is easy once you know the rhythm. Weekly brushing removes dust and keeps it tidy, while hand stripping a few times a year takes out dead hair and maintains the crisp texture that resists grime. Clipping is faster but softens the coat, which can make it trap dirt and shed more. Stick with the traditional method, and you'll see why hunters and families alike love these tidy, low-odor little adventurers that go from muddy paths to polished floors without making a mess. Number 9. Schnauzer. Miniature, standard, or giant. Think of a smart, sturdy worker in 3 convenient sizes. Whether miniature, standard, or giant, the formula is the same: a harsh, wiry jacket over a softer underlayer and that iconic beard. The top coat sheds water and brushes off grime, while the undercoat adds structure and warmth without covering your floors in hair. Keep the routine simple and traditional. Brush a few times a week to keep dust down, and hand strip every couple of months to pull out dead hair and keep that crisp texture that resists dirt. And just like with the wire fox terrier, be careful with clipping, since it softens the coat and can make it hold on to more debris. Keep the face clean, especially after meals, and the overall scent stays mild. Number 8. Coton de Tulear. Soft, bright, and endlessly cheerful, this little companion from Madagascar wears a coat that looks like cotton and behaves like it too. It is light, airy, and surprisingly manageable once you learn the rhythm. The hair grows continuously rather than blowing out seasonally, so most loose strands come out on the brush instead of drifting around the house. A few gentle brushing sessions each week keep tangles from forming and help the coat stay fluffy rather than frizzy. Many owners choose a tidy pet trim for easier day-to-day care. After baths, thorough drying keeps the coat fresh and the scent neutral. Add routine ear and eye care, and you have a friendly, low-shedding housemate that stays neat without a big production. It's a great match for people who like softness, sparkle, and a clean home. Number 7. Maltese. Elegant and affectionate, this tiny companion has a floor-length, silky coat that looks like it belongs in a luxury shampoo commercial. In reality, it's all about steady habits. The hair is single and human-like, growing continuously with very little natural shedding. That means most hair you see comes out during brushing and combing, not onto your clothes or sofa. A daily quick pass with a pin brush keeps the strand smooth, and many families opt for a short puppy trim that turns maintenance into a breeze. Keep the face and eye area clean to prevent tear staining. Under the glamour, you'll find a playful, people-loving buddy who fits beautifully into tidy homes and small spaces. Number 6. Bichon Frise. A cloud on legs and a born entertainer. The Bichon's charm is matched by a coat that sheds very little when cared for on schedule. The curls tend to hold loose hairs until you brush them out, which keeps most of the fluff in the comb rather than on your floors. The trade-off is grooming time. Plan on frequent brushing to prevent mats, regular baths, and professional trims that shape the coat and release any trapped hair in a controlled way. Do that, and the result is a plush, clean dog with a light, pleasant scent. Top 5 ahead. These dogs are standouts for clean homes, minimal shedding, mild scent, and predictable routines. Number 5. Low-odor Romagnolo. Built for truffle hunting in wet fields and forests, this curly worker keeps life simple indoors. The coat is dense and woolly, with curls that catch loose hairs until you brush them out. That design helps limit what ends up on your furniture, so after a quick once-over, you've got a neat, tidy dog. Expect regular trims every few weeks to keep the shape tidy, plus routine brushing to prevent the curls from felting. After muddy adventures, a rinse and complete drying keep the coat fresh and the scent mild. Just check for burrs or seeds hiding in the curls and you're done. Energetic, clever, and affectionate, the Low-odor brings the heart of a sporting dog with the household footprint of a low-shedding companion. Number 4. Poodle. Toy, miniature, or standard. 3 sizes, 1 winning formula. Poodles have dense curls that grow continuously and hold on to loose hairs until you brush them out, which is a big reason they show up on so many low-shedding lists. The look may be fancy, but the logic is practical. Brush often, bathe on schedule, and book regular trims so the coat stays comfortable and mat-free. That routine keeps shedding minimal and the scent neutral. Toy and miniature poodles are easy to bathe in the sink, while standards benefit from a consistent salon schedule to manage all that curl. Smart, athletic, and eager to please, they're easy to train for grooming. Keep the coat clean and shaped, and you've got a remarkably tidy dog at any size. And now, before revealing breed number 3, I just want you to know that if you visit happydogsplace.com/gift, you can download a free guide full of tips to make your dog's life even happier. It's full of fun ideas, useful strategies, and all the basics every puppy needs to thrive. You'll find the link in the description. Number 3. Basenji. A quiet, elegant dog famous for how tidy it is. The Basenji wears a short, fine coat that sheds lightly and is easy to keep clean with a soft brush and the occasional bath. Many owners notice cat-like habits, with the dog licking paws and wiping the face after outings, which helps the coat stay tidy between grooming sessions. Odor is typically mild when skin and coat are kept healthy, and there's no big seasonal blowout as you may see in many double-coated breeds. Daily life is simple. A quick rub down after a walk, a weekly brush to lift loose hair, and you're done. Give this alert athlete exercise and consistency, and you'll have a striking, low-shedding companion that keeps the house looking sharp. All right, we're down to the last 2. We're entering the no-coat champions, where shedding practically disappears. Number 2. Chinese Crested. No coat, no tumbleweeds of hair. The hairless variety is a tidy choice at home because there's simply no fur to shed on furniture or clothing. Care shifts from brushing to skin care. Gentle baths, moisturizer, and sun protection keep the skin comfortable and fresh. Pay attention to areas that can clog, like the crest and tail furnishings, and keep nails and teeth in good order. With that routine, odor stays very mild and your cleanup is minimal. The result is a charming, people-focused companion that is easy on housekeeping as any dog can be. It's a different kind of grooming, and once you find the rhythm, day-to-day life is refreshingly simple. Number 1. American Hairless Terrier. Let's wrap things up with a dog that practically rewrites the definition of low maintenance. The American Hairless Terrier is exactly what it sounds like. No fur, no shedding, and almost no odor. A quick wipe down and some gentle skincare are all it takes to keep them spotless. Without a coat to trap oils or dirt, you'll not find stray hairs clinging to clothes or furniture, and they stay surprisingly fresh even after playtime. Just remember that bare skin needs protection. A dab of moisturizer keeps it soft, and a little dog-safe sunscreen helps prevent sunburn on bright days. They often get compared to the Xolo Itzcuintli, the ancient hairless breed from Mexico. Both share that sleek, elegant look, but they're quite different in personality. The Xolo tends to be calmer and more reserved, almost mystical in demeanor, while the American Hairless Terrier brings a lively, curious terrier spark. One feels like an ancient guardian, the other a playful modern explorer. If your dream is a clean, affectionate dog with zero shedding and a cheerful personality, this clever little terrier proves you can have it all, no lint roller required. What hypoallergenic really means in dogs. People love using the word hypoallergenic, right? It sounds like a magic solution, as if there were dogs that simply do not cause allergies. But here's the truth. That word can be a little misleading. Allergies aren't caused by fur itself, but by tiny proteins found in a dog's saliva, urine, and skin flakes we call dander. And every dog, no matter the breed, produces those proteins. What happens is those proteins stick to loose hair and spread around the house when dogs shed. So, the more your dog sheds, the more allergens end up in the air or on your furniture. And yeah, right on the couch you just cleaned. That's why low-shedding dogs tend to be easier for people with mild allergies, but it doesn't mean they're totally safe for everyone. No breed on earth is completely allergen-free. Some people just react more strongly to certain dogs than others. The best thing you can do is spend time with the exact dog you want before you bring it home. Your body will tell you faster than any breed label can. If you go for a low-shed dog and keep up with brushing and baths, you're already cutting down the amount of dander that spreads around your home. So, while hypoallergenic sounds like marketing magic, what it really means is less likely to make you sneeze, not zero risk. The hidden work behind non-shedding breeds. Here's something most people don't realize. When you pick a non-shedding dog, you're not avoiding work. You're just changing the kind of work you do. Instead of vacuuming fur off your couch, you'll be brushing, combing, trimming, and sometimes paying for grooming sessions. Curly coats, like those on poodles and doodles, are amazing at trapping loose hair, but that means if you skip brushing, those hairs turn into mats fast. Wire-coated breeds, like terriers, stay neat because of that rough outer layer, but to keep it that way, you'll have to hand-strip the coat every few months. And silky coats that grow continuously, like the Maltese, might not shed much, but they need daily brushing to stay smooth and tangle-free. So, low shedding usually means more brushing, more trimming, or more frequent salon visits. Some owners prefer doing it all at home. Others budget for a professional groomer every month or two. Neither option is wrong, it just depends on your lifestyle. Knowing this before you fall in love with the breed saves you from surprises later. A non-shedding coat might keep your house cleaner, but it also asks for your time and care. It's all about balance. Simple habits that keep any dog smelling fresh. Even the cleanest dogs need a little help to stay that way. And honestly, it's not that hard. It's just about building small habits that make a big difference. Start with food. A good diet keeps your dog's skin and coat healthy, which means less odor. Quality food with enough protein and healthy fats, like omega oils, helps the coat stay soft and repel dirt. Cheap kibble with lots of fillers can do the opposite, making skin dry and smelly. Next up, baths. Most clean breeds do great with a bath every 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how active they are and what kind of coat they have. Short coats can often wait longer, while curly or long coats benefit from a more regular wash as part of their grooming routine. If you overdo it, you strip the natural oils that actually keep the coat fresh. Always rinse well and dry completely, because a half-wet dog smells like, well, a wet dog. Then there's the home side of things. Wash the bedding often, vacuum regularly, and brush your dog before the loose hair finds your sofa. This happened to me once. One day I thought, my dog's been smelling kind of bad lately, and a little later I realized it wasn't him. It was his bed. So that's where I started. Keep the teeth clean too, because sometimes what smells bad isn't the fur, it's the breath. And remember, not all coats are the same. Wire coats need gentle brushing to lift dirt. Curly coats need detangling before baths, and straight coats like to stay smooth with daily passes. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Do these small things, and even an energetic dog will smell fresh and clean most of the time. Good food, smart grooming, and a bit of routine go a long way toward that "my house doesn't smell like dog" feeling. Alright, now that you know the cleanest, freshest dogs out there, want to see what's really going on inside their heads? The video on your screen right now breaks down the 60 strangest dog behaviors. From funny habits to downright embarrassing ones, it covers everything you've ever wondered about your furry friend. Tap the image to open the video and check them all out.